But I saw something which is looks like my aunt. Looks like my aunt exactly, and she was sitting on the sofa. I was not sleeping. I was not even like when you half asleep, you're kind of like daydreaming, right? No, I was still awake, trying to get some sleep.
I really don't feel good. Like, getting a
Is anyone here? What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
She looks like my aunt, but then there's no expression. There's totally no expression at all. Yeah. So it was kind of like, it was in the living room. We were all sleeping in the living room, and it was kind of dark. So it's like a silhouette, but then through the lights through the windows, you can see it. It's my aunt. I said, okay, fine. For me, I just tell myself, okay, just forget it. If you can't sleep, pretend you're sleeping. Then who knows, tomorrow you can, find out. So the next day, I asked my aunt, did you actually sat on the sofa last night? I mean, somewhere around midnight. I said, no, she was sound asleep in the room. So
it's like someone else has taken the
someone else or something else, all right? And in our culture, in Muslim culture, we believe in this thing called jinns, right? And this jinn, right, it can take form of anything. It can take form. It can look like you. It can look like me, right? It can look like even the nastiest creature you think of, because they have no form, right? And of course, when someone said this morning I saw my late grandma, she came and visited me. That's not her. That is not her.
So for the Muslim culture, if the person who passed away, you die, your spirit don't come back. That's
Don't
not
come
in
back,
the
right?
custom at all.
And being even I wear this metal and all that, I'm not trying to do a sermon here, but this is what I've learned in religious school, and this is what I know. Okay, especially to our Muslim friends out there, if someone passed away in your family and they tell you 40 days, the spirit is still moving around, forget about it. Please get rid of that thinking. Really do. Get rid of that thinking, because you never know, could be something else. Imagine you have a favorite uncle that's passed, just left, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're Malaya almost. Then the night he passed away, 2 nights later, he come to you, said, Eugene, I got something for you. I want you to do this for me. It might not come from him. There's no way the dearly departed can connect to you, right? Especially a family member. It could be something else.
So this is something, a food for thought for you guys out there, especially Chinese culture, right? For us, we believe that the 7 days, the 50 days, the spirit of the dead will come back to visit.
Right.
So now this is something for you guys to think about, because in the Islamic belief, when you cross over to the other side, you don't come back. And if you do see your favorite uncle or auntie sitting on a chair, even though they have departed,
Right.
this could be the work of a jinn taking on its form, asking the living to do its bidding for them, but it's not actually your...
Exactly. Okay, let me ask you, right? In your culture, when someone passes away, right, on that very day, do you have this kind of like a belief where just cover the mirrors or remove the pictures or whatsoever? Do you do that, or?
Maybe we might have. That sounds very familiar, but
Okay.
I don't think we...
In the Malay culture, right, when
practice
someone
that,
passes away, when someone dies in the house, we'll cover the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, another thing is do not keep any photograph. Sometimes they hang a photograph of a late father or late mother, right?
Yeah.
Bring it down. They say it's not good.
Oh.
Okay. What if these things they come into your home?
Yeah.
Look at that photo. Remember, they do not have any features. They do not have any fix. They do not look like anything. Imagine the face like a clay, something like that. You look at it, takes form of that person, comes to you.
You would believe.
You would believe. Especially with that person that you love so much. Isn't it?
So I'm going to share with you a story.
Okay.
And with you guys as well. I think this might be very closely related to what you just shared with me.
Okay.
This is about a house, I think somewhere in Seremban area.
Oh.
Okay. Malaysia. So it was an old, big kampong house type. It's on its own, okay? And the person who lives there, he is an artist.
He's an artist.
He's an artist. He does sculpture. He does painting.
All right.
So he's a retired man, and this story was told to me by his nephew, right?
Okay.
His nephew. So for a long while, he's been living on his own after his wife died, and he's not a Malay man. He's a Chinese man.
Okay.
Okay. So his wife died, he passed away. wife passed away, he was on his own, living in the house on his own.
So sorry, he's living in a life of recluse.
But to him, it's very peaceful. Like, he doesn't want to go and join his children in Singapore, because most of them have already left the kampong, have houses, PR in Singapore and all that. So he prefers the life of the kampong, very slow moving, and he felt that that was the place where he felt most comfortable.
Right,
and now
right.
for Chinese belief, we believe that every house has a guardian,
Same goes for us.
right?
Same,
There's a
yep.
guardian in the house, and we. Because I'm a Peranakan, so I know last time on Thursday we put the kemenyan and we were
Oh
asam
yes,
the
man,
house.
yes.
And if we feel that there's a presence in the house, especially in Asia, in China, Chinese, we always say that, oh, that's the guardian spirit, the guardian of the house. So it's not meant to scare. When certain things go bump in the night in a Chinese household, if it's not malicious, right?
Nope.
We always accredit that to we call it akong lah. Akong come to protect us.
So the kemenyan that, okay, from your side of the story, right?
Yeah.
Is it to appease the spirits or
Yes. To appease.
Okay. Same goes to in our culture, but so I know, right? Kemenyan, smoke and all that are food for the jinns. You know that?
So the Chinese and the Islam now, we have a bit of crossover,
Yes,
but
yes.
interpreted in a very different way.
Exactly.
So he was in the house, right? And obviously he felt that he's very comfortable with his presence in the house. He says, yes, I'm alone, but don't worry, I'm protected. And they remember like, you know, the niece and nephew would come over and stay in the place, right? When they were young. And this nephew would, when he was young, he refused to go into the house. He would cry, he would fall sick every time he go to the house. But as he grew older, they went to visit him again. And this one time where he went into the house, goosebumps all stand, right? And he stayed there overnight. He can hear knocking, can hear walking. But then again, you're in a kampong. So, you know, when you're coming from a HDB to a kampong, everything is so quiet in the forest. A little bit of sound that is very odd, your imagination will go wild.
If someone breaks a wind, you go crazy. Right? What was that?
But what was amazing was when he walked in on his uncle, right, at night. Because the uncle says he gets his inspiration to craft and do art at night.
Actually, some artists, they do have that. You know, it's like during night times when your brain is more active, a lot more ideas are coming in. But I don't know about this. Could be something else.
And that was exactly what it was. The nephew said he saw, whereas the uncle was crafting his sculpture, he saw a shadowy creature by his side with red eyes, whispering, leaning over his shoulder or whispering into his ear, almost helping him. And his uncle has always said that he got inspiration, especially at night. And he always thought it was a divine giving him inspiration. Because he would sell his art pieces for money. And he's self-sufficient. He wasn't like super rich. But he always accredited this talent to the divine, to the guardian of the house, you know.
His muse.
His muse. But a person with third eye saw something else entirely different, whispering to his ear. So therein lies something with the, you may think it's your uncle, your auntie, or a divine or a god.
Yeah.
But how do you know it's not something more darker?
How would you know it's not the real thing, or you know, how would you know whether it's an evil entity or what?
Yeah.
There's always a question mark. You know, like for us when we come across this, right? Oh man, I've been blessed. I've been touched by some divine spirit whatsoever. But you'll never know. It might want to corrupt you. Might want to destroy you. Normally, when they do this, it's a slow one.
You know what's the problem now? You're going to cause a lot of paranoia to people now questioning their faith.
Yeah.
I hear the voice of God. Is it really the voice of God? In a related story, if you are watching us on YouTube, first time, you just discovered Supernatural Confessions, welcome. We have a website, www.supernaturalconfessions.com, and our podcast, one of the latest episodes, episode 37 and episode 38, by Amazing Race winner Sam Wu, where he shared with us his story about living with spirits. So in episode 37, his own house is haunted and he lived with spirits for many years. And in episode 38, he was living in a house in Shanghai, and the owner of the house in Shanghai actually acknowledged and knows there's a spirit in the house, and deliberately chose to continue living there because he felt really comfortable. And it got to a point where he could even hear voices, and he could say that there's a woman and a man in the house. And one of the eerie part of the story was when Sam opened the cupboard because he heard footsteps and knocking sound.
Okay.
And he found a small door, like a door for height of a child, in the cupboard, and it's locked. When he asked the owner what it is inside, he says, "Oh, nothing. It leads to nowhere." A door leads to somewhere. What do you mean?
It could lead to Narnia.
Oh,
You
behind the
never know.
cupboard.
Yes.
So maybe he could even have hit the two bodies of the.
Oh.
Right? We don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
But if you want to find out more, go check out our podcast, Supernatural Confessions, episode 37 and 38. You can get this on Google, Spotify, or any of the other podcast channel. So if you do go and check us out, give us a 5-star rating. That will really help us out. We do this out of passion,
Right.
and we share stories with you guys. So if you have any stories you want to share with us, you can also go to supernaturalconfessions.com and leave your story there. Now, because the theme is on living with spirits, I'm going to share with you another story.
Okay.
And perhaps later on, we can see how these stories inspire you, and we watch you draw. It's a house that was used for workers, right? They would come down to Singapore, they'll work, and you would stay there.
It's an apartment.
It's an apartment,
Okay.
right? That part is huge, right?
Okay.
So I was invited to go down for these house parties, and I always felt that place had a certain vibe about it. When you go there, you behave very differently. I'm not even talking about being intoxicated.
You're not even drunk.
Not even drunk. When you go in,
Mhm.
there is a certain your emotions are being influenced.
Something triggers you.
Something triggers, and I don't necessarily mean depression or anger, which is a very supernatural emotion. Like you go to a place, you feel scared, you feel down, you feel depressed. No, when you go in, there's a certain level of decadence.
Mhm.
Like you would throw all caution to the wind.
Wow.
Okay.
You go crazy.
Yes. And later on, I found out that place, people actually take drugs. People actually have parties, wild orgies, right? So that house is actually used for a lot of vices.
My God.
Beds would move, and when I was there,
Beds would move.
beds. I'm talking like,
Move by itself or just.
okay, so I was in a room, I was sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Because like there's 2 bunk beds, right?
Mm.
It's a double-decker bed, but then you move the top part, it also becomes 2 single bed,
Ah.
right? But it's those light metal one.
Wow.
When I woke up in the morning, my bed has actually shifted 90 degrees.
What were you doing there actually?
Party.
Okay.
House party. This was my younger
Those
days.
were the days,
Those were the days, right?
Okay.
So house party. My bed was 90 degrees. The door was locked,
Okay.
okay? And there is no way my roommate could move the bed in that way. Okay?
Right.
Scrawny girl and all that. So no way. And when I went to the toilet, I felt something was wrong, and I told myself, if there's any spirit here, you show yourself. Almost like challenge the spirit.
You're telling. Were you saying it out? Or?
I said it out loud, but
Uh-huh.
not like, if there's any spirit here. No, it's more like, if there's any spirit here,
Oh.
show yourself. I whisper under my breath. The shower turned on by itself.
Oh wow.
Okay? Shower turned off.
Right.
So
right.
in my trying to be a rational state,
Mhm.
I told myself again, I said, old building, you will find things turning on and turning off by itself,
Right.
right? But if this was really a paranormal situation, let the tap turn off lah.
Okay.
And when I say that, the tap turned off by itself. So that's okay. So that really spooked me out of it.
Okay.
Now, after that, I couldn't go back to that place again. But there's one night, when I was sleeping, okay, so I must have connected with the place somehow.
Okay. Right.
When I came back home and I was sleeping one night, and about 2 a.m. I woke up, okay, and I dreamt, right, before I woke up, I dreamt that in the house there were multiple spirits, more like scrawny, mischievous spirits, but also in the house there is an old lady. I
Okay.
felt she was kind of like the guardian of the place, or the
She's
building.
in charge of that place, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she was standing from the kitchen looking into the hall very angrily. And in the hall, in my mind's eye, I can imagine there's somebody sitting on the couch over there,
Mhm.
2 persons sitting on the couch over here, 1 person sitting here, 2 more somewhere down the corridor. I could see it in my dream so vividly.
Wow.
And some of the people I know, some of them I have no idea who they are.
Okay.
But something prompted me to pick up the phone and call my friend who was living there,
Mhm.
right? And says, hey, stop what you're doing and get everybody out. Something's about to happen, okay? There's a spirit in the house and they're not happy. And whoever's sitting there, what they are doing right now and their thoughts, it's not their own because there are spirits in them. And at first she thought I was crazy, what are you talking about? And we're having fun now.
Okay.
And I said, I could name some of the people who were there. I could tell what they were dressed at.
Wow.
And some people, I have no idea who they are. I could even point out what clothes they're wearing and how they look. So the minute they hear that I was so accurate in my description of
Whoever's in the house.
yeah,
Okay.
they took my word for it and they believe that, okay, maybe what I've seen in my dream is not really a dream. And it's actually a warning.
Okay.
So they all left.
Oh.
But when they left, right, as the last person left the door, a bowl flew from the kitchen and smashed against the wall in the living room.
That's some serious poltergeist stuff.
Yeah. The next morning, when they all started revisiting the memories again, because now they're out of the house already, right? The previous mood and the previous night's emotions is all drained out. And everyone who was there felt that they were in a dreamlike state and they were not sure even if it happened. So when the bowl flew across from the kitchen to the living room, no one could sit there and say, yes, I believe it's supernatural. They all said, I'm not sure if it happened or I thought it happened.
It's like they were kind of lost.
Yeah, they were like in another
In
dimension.
a semi-conscious kind of thing. It's like, was it deja vu or were we imagining it? So there it is.
And all this was done while I was telling my story.
This is what I like to do. You see, you tell a ghost story, you describe, what's going on, how things look like. I'll draw it. Right?
Okay, so it's like here's a challenge, right?
Wow. Okay.
I find this really cool. So if you're up to it, I'm not sure if you can pull this off. Or what if we do a live streaming session? No bullshit, no pre-recorded stuff, live.
Live.
Right? We go online, you and me again.
All right.
Right? We'll get you guys to tell your story. Right? Send your story to us.
Right.
We'll get Syed to draw it on the spot.
I'll bring a bigger paper.
Okay, so what we're trying to do here, it's, as you can see, it's all hand-drawn original art. We hope that one day we can collect enough stories from you guys, have this art to accompany it,
Right.
and when the time is right, we're going to have like a supernatural confessions gallery of all the confessions that you have and all the artwork.
I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, like, seriously, when you listen to a ghost story, when you listen to a ghost story, you tend to imagine how the thing looks like, how scary does it look like, or how creepy does it look like. So I'm here to put it to life.
So sending your stories on supernaturalconfessions.com. My name is Eugene Tay. This is Syed Wilson.
Yes.
And we'll see you sometime in the future where we will be running this live stream confession and illustration session.
Exactly.
Okay.
So start sending your stories, and of course, put some description of what you saw. All right, so that I can actually put it on paper just for you.
See you guys.
See ya.
What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.